Welcome to the course Python Programming. I am Dr. P. Govardhan, Professor of Computer Science and Engineering. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to learn sets data type, important methods of sets, mathematical operations on the set comprehension, Trojan set. Now first we will discuss sets. Now the definition of the set is similar to mathematics. A set is an unordered collection of elements. The order of elements is not maintained in the sets. A set does not accept duplicate elements. Insertion order is not preserved. The set does not accept any duplicate elements. In such a case, we use sets data type. Now in the set data type, there are two subtypes in the sets. First one is set data type. The second one is frozen set data type. First we will discuss one by one set data type. Now already define set data type. I want to create a set. We should enter the elements separated by commas inside the curly braces. Now these are the example. Set S is equal to the elements inside the curly braces. I am inserting the different data types. 20 is one integer data type, 10 is integer data type, 30, 40, 50 is integer data type, A within the single quote or double quote is a string data type, 20.34 is a float data type, 20 is integer data type. Now this is the set. Now I want to display the entire set using the print statement. In the print function, I am passing the object or name of the set S. Now observe that in output. Now in output, the orders are not maintained. Order is not maintained, and also duplicates are not present in the set. Even though 20 are duplicates elements, now the duplicates elements are not present in the output. That means duplicate elements are not accepted in the set. Now we can create a set by using set function. This is a built-in function. Now using this function, we can convert list as a set, tuple as a set, string as a set. Now this is the syntax. S is equal to set. I am passing any sequence. Now the sequence means it may be a list, it may be a tuple, it may be a string also. Say for example, S is equal to set of hello. Now observe here HELLO. Now after S is equal to set of hello HELLO. Here LL is duplicate elements. In the output, the duplicate elements are not allowed. Observe the output here LOEH. Now we can convert a list into a set using a set function. This is the built-in function. This is the list. I want to convert the list into set function. I am passing the list object as a parameter of the set function. S is equal to set of list. Now after displaying this set S, now this is the output. Now the output is 40, 10, hello, 50, 30. Now the insertion order is not preserved in the sets. Now observe one note. While creating the empty set, we should use a set function. Now another note, we cannot retrieve the elements using indexing or slicing. That is, indexing and slicing operations is not slicing operators are not allowed on the sets. Say this is the example. S is equal to this is the set. I want to try to element of the 10 using the index S of 0. We get an error. That error is called type error. That is, set object is not subscriptable. This is the description of the error. This is the name of the error. This is the description of the error. Similarly, we cannot allow slicing operators on sets. Now I want to try to use slicing operators. Then also we get an error. That error is called type error. Now this is the description of the error is set object is not subscriptable. I am showing practically S is equal to within the curly braces I want to insert element. 12 is integer element, 45.78 is a floating point number, 2 plus 4j is a complex number. Now ASDF is a string, minus 123 is a negative integer, and also comma again 12 again 45.78. Now I am inserting the duplicate elements also. Now whereas in the output the duplicate elements are not present, and also insertion order is not preserved. I want to print the type of the S. Print. I am using a built-in function type of S. Now I am executing this. Now the type of S is a class set. That is, the type is set data type. The type of S is set data type. Suppose I want to display the entire set. I am passing the object as a parameter. Print of S. Now I am executing this. Observe this. This is the output. In this output, now the insertion. What are the insertion order is not preserved. Now order is not preserved, and also duplicate elements are not present in the output. Now 12 is a duplicate element. 45.78, 45.78. This is also duplicate element. In the output, the duplicate elements are not present in the output, and also the insertion order is not preserved. Now I want to retrieve some index position, some S of 4, in the set. Indexing and slicing is not allowed. Now I am trying to get an element of 4th position. We get an error. That error is called type error. Set object is not subscriptable. Similarly, indexing. I want to use indexing S of 0:4. This is the index operator. I am executing this. We get an error. Set object is not subscriptable. Now some important methods of a set. Now the first method is add method. We can use this method to add individual items to the set. This function or method takes only one argument. Now the syntax of this method is set name, that is object name, dot add of x. Now when I am executing this, x is added to the set. Now observe the example. S is equal to set, 10, 20, 30 is a set. Now I want to add 45. I want to add element 45 into the set. I am using the add method. S dot add of 45. Now observe here, the 45 is added to the function S. This is the first method. Now the second method, update method. Now we can use this method to add multiple items to the set. Now this function takes any number of arguments, but all arguments should be iterable objects. That means it may be a list, it may be a tuple, it may be string also. It must be iterable object. Now the syntax is set name dot update of x comma y comma z. Here x, y and z are iterable objects. This is the set. Now I want to add one element to the set, assuming 100 is adding to the element set. I am using add function. The set name is s dot add of 100. Add of 100. After adding, I want to print. Yes, I want to print. Yes, I am executing this. Observe here, the 100 is added to the set. 100 is added to the set. Now, in the set, duplicate elements are not allowed. Insertion order is not preserved in the sets. Now, again, I am executing this. Observe here, insertion order is not preserved. Again, I am executing. Insertion order is not preserved. Insertion order is not preserved in the sets. Similarly, update method. Now I want to add a group of elements into the set. I'm going to use add method. Add method. I want to add a group of elements or more than one element. I'm using update method, that is s dot update. Update of. Now the group of values must be an iterable. Must be an iterable. It may be a list 10, 20, 30. I want to insert 10, 20, 30 these values into the set. Yes, I am using update method. Now I am executing this. Observe here, 10, 20, 30 will be added to the set. Similarly, I am using the tuple. I am using the tuple. Now the tuple elements added into the set. I am executing this. Observe here, all the tuple elements added into the set. Similarly, I am using a string. Now this is the string. Now the string ASDFGH, these characters are added to the set. Observe here, ASDFG, these characters added into the set. I want to convert a list into a set. I want to convert tuple into a list. I want to convert string into a list using a set built-in function. Observe here, s is equal to set. Now I want to print. Yes, now I am executing this. Now this is the empty set will be displayed on the screen. It's the empty set. Now suppose I want to convert the list into set. L is equal to this the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to convert the list into the set. I am passing L as a parameter of the set function. Now S is equal to set of L. I am print S. The entire list convert into the set. Similarly, it is a tuple. 34, 56, 78, 12. This is the tuple. I want to convert this tuple into the set. I am executing. Observe here, 56, 34, 12, 78. Now this is the set data type. This is set. Now the tuple convert into the set. What are the order? That order is not preserved in the set. Similarly, hello. Now I want to convert the string into the set. I am using the built-in function hello. Observe here, HCLLO, L, the duplicate element are not allowed in the set. Now the order is not preserved. The insertion order is not preserved on sets. This is the example. S is equal to is a set. L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 is a list. I want to update these elements to the set. S dot update L comma hello. Update L comma hello. This is the L 1, 2, 3, 4 and also hello. Now these are inserted into the set. Observe here 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, HCLO. HCLO. Next method, remove method. This method is used to remove specified element from the set. If the specified element not present in the set, then we will get an error. That error is called key error. So we want to remove the particular element into the set. Better to use membership operators. Now the element is present in the set, then only we have to remove that element. Otherwise we get an error. There is no key element, we get an error. This is syntax. Set name dot remove of x. Now this is the set is equal to this is the elements 12 from 56, 54, 67, 89. I want to remove the particular element. I am using remove method. I am using remove method. S dot remove of some 56. I want to print yes. Now I am executing this. Observe the element 56 is not present in the set. That is the remove element 56 is not present in the set. That means removed. 56 is removed from the set. Suppose I want to try to remove the 100. Now the element is not present in the set. We get an error. That error is called key error. That means 100 is not present in the set. Next, discard method. This method is used to remove specified element from the list. If the specified element is not present in the set, then we won't get any error. This is the difference between the remove method and a discard method. Now the functionality is the same, whereas a remove method, if there is the element is not present in the set, we get an error. In discard method, we won't get any error. S dot discard, D-I-S-C-A-R-D, discard of 12. Discard of 12. I am executing this. The element 12 is not present in the set. Suppose I am trying to eliminate the 20. Now we cannot get any error. Now the same set will be displayed on the screen. The same set will be displayed on the screen. This is the example. Next, pop method. This method removes an arbitrary element from the set. If set is empty, the function rises key error. Now the function pop method returns popped element from the set. This is the syntax. N is equal to setName dot pop. Now what are the popped element randomly? That element returned. The returned element is stored into the N. Note, observe here, return value is optional. If you want to print the return value, write like this: N is equal to setName dot pop. If you don't want return value, simply we write setName dot pop. Now the same example. Now this is the set S. I want to use pop method. Pop. Now I want to print S and print S. Now this element random element will be popped from the set. Observe here 67, 56, 89, 12. Now that is the 34. The element 34 is removed from the set S. I want to know which element I want to remove from the set. Now n is equal to s dot pop print s. Again I want to print n also. Print n also. Now observe here, I am executing this. Now the element 34 is removed from the set. To know which element removed from the set, we use n is equal to s dot pop. That pop function returned popped element from the set. That element is stored into the variable n. This is the example n dot pop n. That is n is equal to 2. That means in this example 2 is the popped element. The popped element is not present in the output. Next, clear method. Suppose I want to clear all the elements. I want to remove all the elements from the set. I am using clear method. Now the syntax is s dot clear. Now this is the set. I want to clear the entire all the elements from the set. I am using clear method s dot clear. S dot clear. Now I am to print s. Print s. Now I am executing this. Observe here, empty set. All the elements are removed from the set. All the elements are removed from the set. Now s dot clear, the clear function remove all the elements from the set. Now in the output set, that means it is empty set. Next, copy method. This function returns a shallow copy of a set. Now observe this syntax s dot copy. This is this function. This is the example s. The set, I want to print id of s, that address of the set. S dot a is equal to s dot copy. I want to copy the elements of the set into the a. Now this is the a is the new set. A is the new set with a different address. That means this copying is called shallow copying. In this example, this is the id of set s. This is the id of another set. This id is different from this id. Now s is also a set, a is also a set. S, a and s are different addresses, that is a different object. This type of copying is called shallow copying. Now this is the set. I want to copy the elements of the set to another set. A is equal to s dot copy. S dot copy. Now before copying, I want to address of s. Print address of id is equal to colon comma id of s. Id of s. Now I want to print s. Similarly, I want to print id of s, id of a. I want to print id of a. I want to print a. Now observe here. Now the id of s is different from the id of a. That means copy is called shallow copying. A and s are different objects. Observe here. This is the id of s. This is the id of a. these two IDs are different. That means S and A are different objects. Such type of copying is called shallow copying. Suppose I am trying to A is equal to S. Now I am assigning A is equal to X. It's also one type of the copying. In this copying, same address ID of A and ID of S are same. Now this is aliasing. Aliasing. This concept is called aliasing. Now A is the alias of S, or S is the alias of A. This is alias of A. Now that means S and A point to the same object. S and A point to the same object. It's called aliasing. Next, all function. This is the function, not a method. This function returns true if all the elements in the set are true. If at least one element is 0, then this function returns false. Now suppose I want to check all the elements of the set are non-zero or not, then we use all function. Now this is the syntax, all set a name, all set a name. Now observe here, all the elements of the set true, that means a non-zero element. The result is true. If at least one element is a zero element, the all function returns false. Observe this is the set. Now the set contains non-zero elements. That means all the elements are true. I want to print all of S. Observe, the output is true. The output is true. All the elements of the set are true. Of all the elements, I want to check all the elements of the set are non-zero elements, then I am using all function. Suppose if at least one element is 0, at least one element is 0, now the set contains non-zero elements. That means returns false. All the elements of the set are non-zero elements. It returns true. If at least one is a zero element, the all function returns false. Now this is example. Next, sorted function. Now this function sorts any sequence. That means the sorted function is applicable to set, list, tuples, sets also, and always returns a list with elements in sorted manner. Without modifying the original sequence. For ascending order, I am passing the only sequence. For descending order, sorted sequence, reverse is equal to true. Same as lists also. Now this is the set. I want to sort all the elements. I want to set all the elements. I am using sorted function. Sorted of S. And to print yes, I am executing this. Observe here, all the elements of S is in ascending order. Some mathematical operations on sets. Union of two sets. Union method. This method returns all the elements present in both sets. Now we can use the operator, vertical bar, the OR operator. Union is nothing but OR. We can use the OR operator in this operation. This is syntax. Set 1 dot union of set 2. Now this is the example. F is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G is equal to 10, 20, 2, 30, 4, 50. I want to find the union of the two sets. We can use OR operator and also a built-in method or built-in function union method. Print F or G is same as print F dot union of G. The elements of both F and Z displayed on the screen. Similarly, intersection method. Now, intersection, use the intersection method. This method returns common elements present in both sets. Common elements. Now, we can use AND operator. Intersection is nothing but AND. The AND operator can be used in this operator, in this operation. So, for example, F is equal to same set. I want to use print F and Z. Print F dot intersection of G. Now, this is the set 1, S1, S2 is equal to now the elements 23, 34, 12, 45, some 56, some 36, some 57. I want to find the union of the two sets. I am using the operator print S1 or S2. Now I am going to execute the program. Observe here, the common elements 12, 56, 34, all the elements of the set S1 and S2 will be displayed on the screen. S1 and S2 will be displayed on the screen. Here the duplicate elements are not allowed. Now similarly, I am using the built-in function print S1 dot union of S2. Now the output is the same output. We get same output, both operations. I am using the operator and also I am using the built-in function. We get the same output. Similarly, intersection. For intersection, I am using the operator and operator. Now I am using the built-in function intersection. Intersection of S2. Now common elements will be displayed on the screen. Observe here. 56 is a common element. 34 is a common element. 12 is a common element. The common elements will be displayed on the. Now this is the program. Write a program to print different vowels present in the given word. Say I want to enter some word. I am converting this word into the set. Now I want to find the common elements of the set. Now this is B is equal to A, E, I, O, U vowels. I want to find the intersection of S and V. Now that intersection again is set D. This D will be displayed on the screen. Now this is the program. So first I want to enter the word. W is equal to input of enter word. Enter word. Next I want to convert the word into a set using a set function. S is equal to set of W. Now the entire W, that is a string, converted into the set. I am creating the one set contain vowels. Now the vowels is A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. This is the set. I want to find the common elements of the set using intersection method. Some D is equal to S dot intersection of V. Now I want to print D. Now the D contains only intersection of only vowels contained in W. Enter word, some computer. I entered the word computer. Now the output is only vowels, all the vowels displayed from the word computer. EOU, these are the only vowels in the word computer. I'm executing this. Now Python, how many vowels in Python? There is only one vowel O in Python word. This is also very important program. Next, difference method. Now this method returns a set containing all the elements which are existing in the first set but not present in the second set. Now we can use a minus operator also. Suppose for example S is a one set, S1 is another set, S1 is another set. Now I want to find S minus S1, that is the elements present in S not present in S1. Observe here, then the output. This is the set A. Another example, S is equal to A minus B. A is a one set, B is another set. I am using the operator A minus B. This is a minus operator. Set A is equal to some elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the set B is equal to some elements 10, 20, 10, 20, 20, 2, 4, some 30. Now I want to find the difference. Print. I am using A minus B operator. I am using A minus B. Now observe this. This is the output. The elements 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6 present in the set A. These elements are not present in the set. This is the A minus B. Now I am using a built-in function printf, print A dot difference of B. We get the same output. We get the same output. That is 1, 3, 5, 6 is present in the set A, not present in the set B. This is the difference method. Next, symmetric difference of two sets. The symmetric difference of the two sets A and B is the set A minus B union B minus A, and it is denoted by A union B dot A dot B, A symbol, the set of all those elements which belong to either A or to B but not both. Now we can express the symmetric difference A union B minus B intersection A. Now there is a built-in function symmetric difference. This is the method, symmetric difference method. This is syntax: set 1 dot symmetric difference of set 2. This function returns present in either set 1 or set 2 but not in both. We can use this operator also, cap operator also. This is I am using cap operator and also symmetric difference. Symmetric underscore difference of B. Now I am executing this. The output are the same. The elements of either A and B but not both. Again I am using the formula print of a minus b dot union of b minus a. I am executing this. Now I am using print a union b minus a union b minus a intersection b. Now we get the same answer. Observe here, we get the same answer. A cap b, a dot symmetric difference of b, a minus b dot union of b minus c, a union b minus a intersection b. Again we can use a built-in function print of a dot union of a dot union of b minus a dot or b dot a dot intersection of b. Again we get the same answer. I am using a built-in function. A intersection b the same as b intersection a. We get the same answer. Now this is the example. Subset. I want to check a is a subset of b. Now there is a built-in function subset of. This is the method is subset. The syntax is a dot is subset of b. This function returns true if a is subset of b, otherwise it returns false. Now we can use a symbol less than or equal to symbol. This operator also we can use checking a is a subset of b. Say for example, f is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, g is equal to 1, 2, g is a subset of f. G is a subset of f. I want to check a is a subset of f. I want to print a is less than or equal to b. The elements of a is present in the b, then only it is a subset. Otherwise we get false. That is, a is not a subset of b. Suppose another example, a is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, b is equal to 10, 20, 4, 1, 3. Now it is a true. That is, all the elements of a belongs to the elements of b. It is a true. That is, a is a subset of b. Now I am using a built-in function printf print a dot is subset of b. Is subset of b. We get in both cases true. Now a is a subset of b. Similarly, superset. Now we can use a built-in method is superset. Now this function returns a is a superset of b, otherwise it false. Now we can use greater than or equal to symbol. This operator can be used to check whether the set a is a superset of b or not. Now the same example, f is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, g is equal to 1, 2. Now f greater than g. Now f is a superset of g. Now in the same example, a is greater than or equal to is super subset. Is superset. In both cases it is a true, false. Now B is not a superset of A. Now in this example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equal to 1, 2, 1, 3. Now in this case true. In this case true. In this case true. Now A is a superset of B. A is a superset of B. In this case it is a true. Now this is the one program. Duplicate element, assuming it is a list L is equal to 1, 34, 67, 2, 1, 45, 2, 1. I want to remove the duplicate elements of the set, but I want to convert list into the set. S is equal to set of L. Set of L. Now the L contain, now set contain, there is no duplicate element. Again, I want to convert the set into list using list built-in function. L1 is equal to list of S. List of S. Now the L1 contains no duplicate elements. I want to print L1. I am executing this. Observe here. The list contains no duplicate elements. I want to remove the duplicate elements from the list. First, convert the list into the set. Again, set into convert to the list. Then the list contains no duplicate elements. This is one important program. Difference update method. If A and B are two sets, the set difference method will get the A minus B and return a new set. The set difference update method modifies the existence method. If A minus B is performed, then A gets modified into A minus B. And if B minus A is performed, then B gets modified into B minus A. This is the syntax. A dot difference update of B. This is for A minus B. Say for example, S is equal to this is the set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. S1 is equal to 1, 3, 7, 5, 9. I want to use S dot set different of S1. Now the output is 2, 4. Now this 2, 4 is the set S. Now this is the set A. A contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and set B is equal to again set B contain some 10, 2, 20, some 4, some 50, and so on. I want to find set difference update method. Difference update method S dot difference update of B. That is A minus B, not S. This is for A minus B. Now the A contains the elements of A minus B. I want to print A. Now observe this. A is equal to the difference of A minus B. Now what are the difference of A minus B? That is in A. This is set difference. Similarly, for B minus A, B dot difference of set B. Now the B contain A minus B. The B contains A minus B. That is empty set. That is empty set. This is the example for set difference update method. Next is disjoint method. This method takes only single argument. That argument may be a list, tuple, dictionary, and a string. To disjoint. The is disjoint method will automatically convert iterables to set and checks whether the set are disjoint or not. That is intersection with the phi. Now this is syntax. Set1 dot is disjoint of S2. This method returns true if set1 and set2 are disjoint. That means intersection is phi. Now this is the example. S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A is equal to 10, 20, 30. There is no common elements. That is intersection is the phi. Intersection is phi. That means A and S are disjoint sets. It returns true. This is set A. This is set B. I want to check A dot is disjoint. Is disjoint of B. Is disjoint of B. That is the intersection. If the intersection there is no common elements, true. Otherwise, it's false. It is false. There is a common element. The intersection not phi. That is, what are the common elements? 2 and 4 are common elements. Both A and B. That is, A and B are not disjoint sets. It returns false. So it is B is equal to 10, 12, 20, 14, 50. Now there is no common elements. Now we get true. That means A and B are disjoint sets. A and B are disjoint sets. Any function. This method returns true if any of the elements in the set is true. Returns false if the set is empty. Now observe here, if at least one element is a true, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Observe here, this method returns true if any of the element in the set is true. That means if at least one element of the set is a non-zero element, it returns true. If all the elements are zero elements, it returns false. Now, this method is applicable to list, strings, dictionaries, and tuples also. Now observe here, print any of A. If all the elements of A are non-zero numbers, it returns true. If it is a 0, again it is a 0, then also it returns true. Returns true. If all the elements are 0, it returns false. 0, 0, 0, 0. Any function returns false. It is applicable to tuple also. It is applicable to tuples also. False. All the elements of tuple are 0. It returns false. If at least one element is a true, it returns true. It returns true. Similarly, it is applicable to list also. It is applicable to list also. Observe here, it is a true. It is applicable to set also. It is applicable to, I am already explained the set. It is applicable to string also. True. If it is empty string, it returns false. If it is empty string, it returns false. It is applicable to dictionary also. If applicable to dictionary also. Now it is empty dictionary, it returns false. Empty dictionary, it returns false. it contains at least one key pair element, 1 colon 2, it returns true. It returns true. Next, equal to, not equal to operator. I want to compare the two sets are equal. We can use equal operator. The equal to S is equal to T returns true if two sets are equivalent and false otherwise. Similarly, not equal to is the reverse operation of equal to. This is the example S1, S2. Both S1 contain S2. S1 is equal to S2 is a true. S1 not equal to S2 is a false. This is the example. So try it. This example. Next, frozen set data type. The frozen set is same as the set data type. Now the difference is set is a mutable object. Frozen set is immutable object. Now immutable means cannot be modified. Mutable means can be modified. So we want to create a frozen set by passing a set into built-in function frozen set function. This is the example. I want to convert the set S into frozen set. S is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. S1 is equal to frozen set of S. Print S1. Now this is the set is equal to some elements 1, 2, 45, 23, 56, 78. I want to convert the set S into the frozen set, built-in function frozen. Frozen set of S. I want to say some A is equal to frozen set of S. I want to print type of A. Now I am executing this, a class frozen set. A class frozen set, that is A is a frozen set data type. I want to print the set A. I am executing this. This is frozen set of 1, 2, 23, 56, 45, 78. We cannot apply update method. We cannot apply add method. We cannot apply remove method also. Observe here, a dot add of some 12. We get an error. We get an attribute. Frozen set object has no attribute add. Similarly, update. Update of a list. Update of the list. We can get an error, attribute error. Frozen set object has no attribute update. We cannot use pop method. We cannot use pop method. We get an error. Object has no attribute pop method because frozen set is immutable object. We cannot change the object. Now we cannot use a remove method also. Remove method is no attribute. We cannot use discard method. Discard of method. Now the object has no attribute discard method. We cannot use a clear method also. Clear method. We get an error. The object has no attribute clear because frozen set is immutable object, whereas set is mutable object. set comprehension. Now this is the represents creation of the new set from an iterable object that satisfies a given condition. This is syntax. S is equal to within the set expression for item in iterable if statement. So for example, there can be a 0 or more if statements. There can be one or more multiple loops. Now S is equal to set I for I in range, for I in range 100. I want to create a set to contain the elements 0 to 100, which is divisible by 2 and divisible by 5. If I is divisible by 5, I divisible by 5 equal to 0. If I divisible by 2 is equal to 0. Now this is the set after displaying the set containing the elements from 0 to 9, which is divisible by 5 and 2. Observe here, 0 is divisible by 2 and 5. 70 is divisible by 2 and 5. 40 is divisible by 2 and 5. 10 is divisible by 2 and 5. 80, 50, 20, 90, 60, 30. These are the elements of the set which is divisible by 5 and divisible by 2. Suppose I want to create the set from 0 to 9 which is divisible by 10. Observe here, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. These are the elements of the set which is divisible by 10. I am going to stop here. Thank you.